Title of this video, bro. For classic plus to live, WoW must die. Almost 2 weeks ago. For WoW to live, classic plus must die. Honestly. I don't know, man. These classic and these... Oh my god, bro. I'm super biased. I am super biased. This is gonna be a super subjective opinion. I think if you play classic WoW, I mean, good for you, but you're a what's that word that starts with an R?
I first played WoW 18
Registered Democrat. That's the one.
years ago. I've played all expansions since release, but as the game evolved, it became something I no longer recognized. Until in 2019, when Blizzard made a decision no one ever thought they would. They re-released the original game. Vanilla is and will always be my favorite iteration of the game. No flying mounts, less endgame focused, more open world. For me, Vanilla felt about as close to perfect as an MMO can be.
You know what the sad thing is? He's kind of right. That's the sad part. But that doesn't speak highly of classic WoW. It's just, how is it in 2003? Like, again, Vanilla WoW is a great game for 2003. It is a garbage game for 2025 or 2019 when it was re-released. Like, how is it that in 20 years no one made a better MMORPG? And the bar is not that high. It really isn't. It's just so fucking sad. Now, you can argue that retail WoW is better. I would agree with you. But I mean, it's still the same WoW. You know, how did no one come up with just a better MMORPG that is not World of Warcraft? And the reason I'm saying Vanilla WoW is a trash game for this year is because if somebody re-released classic WoW as it is, right? Copy for copy, right? Didn't call it Warcraft, gave it a different name, but had the exactly everything the same. Obviously, different name for characters, whatever. But everything exactly the same. Nobody would play it. That's why I'm saying Classic WoW is a garbage game. It's great for 2003. Sure. But it fucking sucks for 2025.
And let me tell you, when it came back, it wasn't just me who felt that way. Classic success might have been a surprise for Blizzard, but for us, it was inevitable. Though during that time, I couldn't help but thinking, is there a future for Classic? And what exactly would that look like?
What is going to happen after Classic WoW?
The idea of Classic
Nothing.
Plus had been brewing online for years, and in 2023, I made a video about it.
Yo, this video is great, man. Holy.
There's only one thing they can do with Classic Plus that would work. Well, maybe two. One, the main one is add deleted content, the content that was supposed to be for Classic. Hydro, like stuff that they added in like TBC and Cataclysm, add that into Classic. You don't need to do much more than that. Hydro Mountain, right? Similar to how it is in Cataclysm, but before Cataclysm, you know? Before Ragnaros came there and all that stuff. Hold up, we got a buyer. 10 Arcane Velocities, bro. That's good. Oh shit. That is money right there. Okay. So that is one thing. The other one is maybe do something like Ascension WoW. classless kind of thing. Let people make their own type of their own character and stuff like that. Maybe that is like a big maybe. I don't know about that one, but the first one, add in the delete content, put in Karazhan, into classic, all that stuff. Oops. Items, velocity. How many did you need? 10. Let me combine some, I guess. I can only put down 6. What's this? Arcane, velocity. So that's 3. That's 6. That's 9, and then 10. Okay. Ollie. Okay, items, arcane, Jesus. Velocity. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, wait, hold up. No, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Thank you. Now you want... Oh, fuck my life. Invite. Close. What did Nutty want? Jesus. Nutty, you want Eidolon, Lens, Madurai. Holy man. All happened so fast. Money, 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 money. Arcane Grace rank 0 for 9 plat. This is Raven. Arcane Grace. Now I have to go and remove them. Thank you. Let's see real quick. Grace Salt. Velocity. Edit. Now we have 13 of them. And then Madurai Salt 1. Okay. Holy man. Just made money. Let's go. Where were we? Yes, Classic Plus. Yeah, they just need to add cut content. The whole playing with like that shit. Also, there's like a video of like secret areas in World of Warcraft. Do something with them. Let people re-explore the world, which they kind of did with the whole like the new runes or whatever they were. Not exactly it, because I don't know. Maybe it was fun for like a day, but like I feel like it's hard to make a game where people can actually explore stuff. I think they should add like multiple puzzles like they do like the special mounts puzzles that they did in like Legion, and like, well, every expansion really they have a special mount puzzle. Shadowlands, they had the worm. Kind of. Legion had the horse, like the unicorn. Maybe add puzzles like that for certain stuff, but for the most part, it would be expanding COD content that they want to put in Classic, but they didn't have time.
fuck.
Damn, that hyped me up for Classic Plus even more now.
This is a really good video, man.
The video was received pretty well, but not by everyone. Imagine having faith in Blizzard.
I mean, true.
Delusional
100% agree.
classic players. Sounds lame. Very
Now, I agree. Not constructive criticism, but does sound lame.
constructive, dude. Thanks a lot. For some, it was impossible to believe, but at BlizzCon 2023, it became a little bit less impossible. Season of Discovery promised the beginning of a new era for Classic. A Classic Plus beta, a testing ground for what Classic Plus could become. But what happens when you change something that's already so close to perfect? Is there a chance
I can't believe fucking said that. Classic WoW is nowhere near close to perfect. It is an extremely flawed, bad game. Extremely flawed and bad game. Okay? Absolutely zero balance between between the specs. Okay? Even though the end game doesn't really require any insane DPS check, the community ruined it. You have a shit ton of warriors, rogues, and mages. Basically, for God knows why. The spells are garbage. Having to use rank 1 Blizzard for slowing because the rank 7 one, which barely does any more damage, by the way, it's just a waste of fucking mana. Literally trap spells. Like, literally, like, the spell, learning it is a trap. You're wasting money. You never practically need high level Blizzard. Just gonna fucking lose all of your fucking mana using it. It's like, why is it even there? Right? Paladin, don't even get me started. Retribution, fucking dog shit. Protection Paladin, what the fuck? Okay? It's like, oh, but he's good for AoE pulls. He doesn't have a taunt, bro. If you lose aggro, it's over. Right? Like, the whole game has too many flaws. It is nowhere near perfect. People saying it's like, oh, well, you know, in Classic, it's like, you have the character, like, you have certain classes that, you know, they kind of like, because you combine them with other classes, they kind of like mix and mash together. And it's like, this is only true for like a very select few top tier builds. Like, oh, warrior like has no survivability, but pair him with you know, a holy paladin and watch him go. Bro, pair a mage with a fucking healer. What are we talking about here? It's so stupid. Which, by the way, you don't even need to pair a mage with a healer. Oh my god, man. Like, I don't know. It's, again, good game for 2003. Fucking dog shit for 2005.
the game could be ruined in the process. What does this mean for the future of Classic? This is
Fantastic
the Classic
editing.
Plus dilemma.
Garbage game. Let it die.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. There really is something different about Classic.
No,
There are very few games.
there isn't. There's only nostalgia in Classic. And I was like, I had like these people reply, it's like, bro, I don't have nostalgia for Classic. I never played Classic. You never played Classic. You either heard about people playing Classic, you log into Classic and people are talking about how good Classic is because they used to play it for so long. You are surrounded by people's nostalgia. Everything around Classic WoW is nostalgia. People playing it from nostalgia. You, personally, might not be playing for nostalgia reason, but you are fueled by other people's nostalgia around you. Okay? Like I said, make another game, copy of World of Warcraft Classic. Don't call it Warcraft. Change the character names. No one will play it. No one would play it.
Games that have stood the test of time for this long, and everyone has their own opinion on why that is. This is one of the main counter arguments against Classic Plus. How can Blizzard make alterations to a game so
By the way,
beloved by millions?
here's another thing. Why did practically no one play private classic servers? Oh, what do you mean? Nostalgia was popular. 20,000 people. It's not enough for an MMORPG, okay? 20,000 people on MMO, it's a dead game. Like, literally. Like, it will not survive paying for servers. Okay? Like, why did nobody play these private servers? It's like, oh, well, you know, it's not the same. And when's Blizzard? It's like, well, what's not the same? It's the same fucking game. It is exactly the same game. Why did no one play it? Because it's not Blizzard. Because it's not the same nostalgia as running it on a big server with 100, 200,000 people. But it's the same fucking game. So no, it's not the game that is making you play it. It's your nostalgia for playing with all these people who have the same fucking nostalgia as you. There's a reason nobody plays these private servers. There's a reason honestly Turtle, WoW, and Ascension are trying something brand new. Right? Because nobody plays this game aside from nostalgia. If Blizzard never made Classic WoW, private servers would still be fucking empty. Actually, maybe Nostalgia said 100,000. Now that I'm thinking about it. I think that 100,000 accounts, but I think it only had like peak 24,000 players. Don't quote me on that. But even then, 100,000, pretty low for classic standards. For WoW standards, I'm just saying.
And not alienate half the community in the process. Some people want new dungeons and raids. Some people want to explore unfinished zones and quests. And some people want the game to evolve into TBC+. So who does Blizzard listen to? Do they listen to their core classic audience, or do they risk fundamentally changing the game in hopes of bringing in a new, potentially bigger crowd? The truth is, I don't even think Blizzard knows yet. This seems to be the core design philosophy behind Season of Discovery. Throw enough shit at the wall, and surely something will stick, right? Or is there a possibility that it could divide the community more than ever?
Have you ever wondered what it might be like to be a tanking warlock? Or take on the role of a mage healer?
Oh, what the heck? We are leaving the door open to the possibility of completely new experiences and the prospects of exploring previously unfinished or unused locales for future raid and dungeon content. It's right here, level
Which is one thing that they did properly with Last Plus. Again, what is this reaction, bro? Come on. Come on, bro. This is why I hate streamers, bro. No way you're this excited about this. Like, fuck off, man. Like, I feel like these streamers who do shit like this.
for future raid and dungeon content. It's right here, level 60.
It's as if, first of all, you can see he's not actually excited. He's just raising his voice, but he's not actually. Like, his eyes are not open. Like, you know, he's not like. This is fake excitement, obviously. Like he doesn't really care. I hate this about streamers, man. This is so fucking annoying, bro. Like, you know, like when you're a kid and you watch like a kid show and like you have the adults who are, you know, dressed as the lion or whatever, and it's like, or like you have the adult that is dressed like a fucking kid kind of thing, like with like the pink colors and the stripes with the fucking backpack and shit. And they have to act like in a certain way. Right, but their content is for like 4, 5, 6-year-olds, okay, maybe 8-year-olds. Okay, like it's understandable, bro. Like your fucking content is for like boomer 35, 40-year-olds. Like acting like this, man, it's so fucking like disingenuous.
Or is it? You see, when you push the game this far, you're going to attract a different sort of crowd. The kind of crowd who enjoys how different it feels, who likes the homogenization of classes, the hyper-focus on endgame, and the abundance of quality of life.
A lot of people are enjoying Season of Discovery. Even retail Andes who have never played Classic WoW before.
Now all of
Oh my god, let me try a new version of WoW that has never been done before. because I have nothing else to do in my WoW retail, because it's the same fucking shit over and over, and the only game I play is fucking World of Warcraft. Oh my god, I can't believe there's so many people playing in this classic Discovery, whatever. Season of Discovery, oh my god. Who would have thunk that people got bored of the regular content and got to Season of Discovery? Surely this means that it is a very popular and successful game. Everyone will love this. We should do more of this. Yeah, okay.
All of a sudden, the classic community is split perfectly down the middle. Suddenly, we have new voices contributing to the Classic Plus discussion, and a seasonal server purely dedicated to finding out what the community wants for Classic Plus makes that question all the more difficult to answer.
This is exactly the reason why I stopped playing Sauce.
This is one of the most fun times that you could ever have playing World of Warcraft Classic.
This is why you don't do band-aid fixes, man. Like, oh my gosh.
The season discovery shit is actually hype.
Does the team even PvP?
How would I approach Classic Plus if I was in charge?
We're more divided as a WoW community than I've ever seen.
Minimal changes. Otherwise, you have Sol.
Despite the season's polarizing nature, it's also been a huge first step in the realization of Classic Plus. And as we've seen the Classic team grow and grow since its inception, it's clear that it's a concept that Blizzard have started to take seriously. But no matter what the Classic team does, they're going to upset someone. They've been given the impossible task of taking the most renowned and respected MMO of all time and making it better. And while it might seem simple, I think you'll be surprised at how many circles of players out there are pining for different things. The weight of that responsibility alone is immense. So how do the developers decide where to focus their limited resources? Well, there is a solution to this, and I'll get to that later. But for now, we need to talk about what is, in my opinion, the most fundamentally important factor in guaranteeing the longevity of Classic Plus.
No such thing.
Historically, WoW has always developed and distributed content in cycles.
Bro, how much you wanna bet this game? Classic WoW needs to go like a year-long break between relaunching itself for these guys to like recharge and replay it. It is a really sad thing. It's like watching drug addicts, you know, finally cure themselves of like, it's no, sorry, not drug addicts, alcoholics, right, that have gone through the whatever 12 steps, stop drinking, and then like a year or two after that they take a sip and it's like, oh my god, I'm back on WoW. And they play, like they get like fucking drunk out of their mind for another like year of content, and they quit again. It is really sad to see these people.
Be it from fresh servers where everyone starts from level 1, or expansions that more or less trivialize all the content before it.
This is a major problem with vertical design. It invalidates old content extremely quickly.
This is Blizzard's biggest issue when it comes to Classic Plus. If WoW sticks to its predominantly vertical design, we risk falling into the same trap, with an ever-expanding power level that will eventually invalidate the older content in the same way as other MMOs do.
New content doesn't become more of the game, it's sometimes...
The only reason people play WoW is because of the vertical design. Because there, if you think about it, there's actually like no content in WoW. The only reason people keep playing it is because they're put on this treadmill of higher item level. Oh my god, I'm gonna do more damage. Oh, more damage. Oh, look, my HP now is over 4,000. Oh my god. Oh, that's the WoW brain right there. That is literally it. If WoW stopped being a vertical design, nobody would play it. It's not. You cannot make WoW a horizontal game and expect the people who are playing WoW to actually play it. You'll attract some people for sure. I'm sure like people like who play Guild Wars 2 might want to play it. But like the only appeal WoW has is the treadmill.
sometimes becomes the only part of the game worth doing.
Fresh servers are also bustling with activity in the first few months, but eventually players run out of content and resort to raid logging while awaiting future patches.
What else are you gonna
the
do?
raid, you've seen every possible bit of PvE content that there is, but there's still something to do. Doesn't seem like it has that.
A horizontal design, by contrast, would focus on adding evergreen, supplemental content that enriches the existing.
WoW has proven, Blizzard has proven that it cannot do horizontal, no matter how much they try. They just can't. They promise in Dragonflight more evergreen content. What is the evergreen content? Dragon riding? That's not a combat system. This is like a side activity. It's like saying that what's that casino called in Final Fantasy 14? Fuck, forgot the name. Where like you have all of these side games and stuff like that. It's an activity to do that has nothing to do with power. That is not horizontal design. That's just a fun activity to do. It's like side content. It's like saying that doing alt raids for mogs is horizontal progression. No, it's not. What? It's just. I mean, technically, you're not completely wrong, but that's not what people mean by horizontal progression. Because it's like, I can't do that raid at the same difficulty that it was before. You know, I can't go to like and redo Tomb of Sargeras with a group of 20 people because it's not current content. That's why I have to do it solo. That's why they let you do it solo. There is no horizontal progression in WoW. There's side activities that mean absolutely nothing because like you're born, you have nothing better to do and you want your character to maybe look cooler, so you're gonna go grab that mog. But that's a side activity. It's like pet battles. It's just like, pet battles is a horizontal progression. No, it's a side activity. It has nothing to do with your power. It doesn't improve your quality of life. I mean, technically pet battles kinda can. To an extent, I guess. Like there was like this whole speed leveling method with pet battles at some point. But for the most part, it's a side thing. It doesn't like improve anything, right? Guild Wars 2, what's the horizontal progression? Well, maybe you can get the legendaries, you know? Everything is already like maxed out. Like the ascendancy is like the highest item level you can get. All the content is made for ascended gear for the most part. Honestly exotic, but some content is made for like the ascended gear. And then you min-max and you play with the stats and you play with the gear as much as you want. And then you get a legendary so you can completely play with it literally as much as you want. But you don't get stronger. All the content is built around you being about the same strength. Obviously there's some bloat because they added like other stuff like certain relics and stuff like that. But like for the most part, you know.
Ecosystem without overshadowing it. This kind of design can prevent raid logging by giving players more content that isn't time gated. And when it does come to new raids in Classic Plus,
I don't want them to add content onto the top of WoW and then increase the power creep even more. It's gonna spin out of control and it's gonna be stupid.
Instead of stacking more power on top of what already exists, rewards should offer different power. Unique set bonuses tailored to different playstyles, distinct item benefits, or rare cosmetic items.
Good luck.
What if there was a new set of gear that was in the game that wasn't really that much stronger than the Nax set, but it gave you more build variety and it allowed you to do different things with your class?
So how should Blizzard find new ideas for horizontal content?
Okay, you're gonna level up Molten Core and BWL to the same level as Nax then and Zul'Gurub, because their purpose was to prepare you for Nax for the most part. I know that there's like some special cases where like, oh, the best sword actually like it comes, even though it's a low item level, comes from like BWL instead of like Nax, whatever. Like you have those circumstances, sure. But for the most part, you know. Oh,
stealing.
Oh,
they gotta fucking steal. The funny thing is, this is exactly what Blizzard did to create WoW in the first place. They took concepts and systems from other MMOs and made them more digestible.
One of the things that Blizzard has always done so well over the years is take types of games that had previously appealed only to a narrow audience and make them accessible to a broader audience.
We were playing EverQuest Ultima Online, and we thought, you know what, we could do that. Why don't we make one of these? This is awesome. I mean, why don't we make a game that we love?
You couldn't help but play it and say, well, this could be improved, or we could spin the content this way.
Every single piece of art that has ever existed has been in some way inspired by someone or something else. And in my opinion, WoW's fundamental design philosophy has to change if Classic Plus is to thrive. Thankfully, there are games to draw from in the MMO landscape. Those are the games we need to look to. We can look to old school RuneScape for their solo content and player agency, or look at Guild Wars 2 for their map completion and exploration content. And finally, look at private servers. Henhouse created a space for the vanilla PvP community with its dueling server. And Turtle WoW has made possibly one of the most well-received versions of WoW ever by following this exact framework. They took the game we all love and fleshed out the world in the spirit of vanilla. With a more horizontal design, Blizzard can make evergreen content that will be relevant forever. And whether we trust the devs to make the right content or not can be a decision that's entirely in our hands.
It's like a soft encouragement for us to keep talking to the players and kind of steer us in the right path.
Can I just see how awesome this is? Jagex are actually giving us the ability to decide what we want in RuneScape.
Make sure that we're doing the right thing.
Considering Old School just reached its peak player count of all time, there must be something good going on with the polling system.
Polling incoming changes removes the situation we were in with incursions. You can't poll class balance changes or faction-specific changes for obvious reasons. With polling, not everyone is going to get what they want, but that's always...
Problem is, with RuneScape, the people who are playing RuneScape are the people who are playing RuneScape. You will not get proper polling with the people who play Classic, because you have so many people who play Classic who come from retail WoW. They have seen different versions of WoW. You're not gonna get a good poll at all. Like, you literally might have actually people ruining Classic because their idea of a better game is closer to retail. It's not necessarily retail, or they might love retail and they love Classic and they would want to combine the two in the polls. Probably gonna have a lot of those people there. So your polls are gonna be atrocious. Just because you already have a massive mix of players. Whereas like RuneScape, the only people who play RuneScape are people who genuinely love RuneScape. Like they love the format of RuneScape. People who play Classic don't necessarily love Classic. They like Classic. It's something to do while retail has nothing to do. But they're not Classic Andies. Play it, just chill, whatever. And then they might change it to a way Classic Andies will not like, and good luck with the game.
Always been the case. And with polling, some people, in fact most people, will.
I know that whatever I do has to pass a poll. That's always in the back of my head. So I know I can't half-ass this.
Jagex has their finger on the pulse. They release polls to the players to help decide the future of old school RuneScape.
And it's stopped us from making mistakes. It's stopped us from doing things that wouldn't have been good for the game. It has made content better.
Whether any of these ideas make their way into Classic Plus or not, the ball is well and truly rolling. And if Blizzard wants to solve the Classic Plus dilemma, they need to start taking inspiration from people who have already dedicated years to these ideas. Because it's clear that Classic Plus isn't a pipe dream anymore. It's an absolute certainty.
It's gonna change everything. It's gonna happen for sure. Hey, yo, 100%.
Classic Plus could be like the next big thing for WoW if it's done correctly.
The speculation that we all had about the Scarlet Raid was pretty accurate from the beginning.
You have Classic Plus that's set in Azeroth, and you're exploring the stuff that was already there.
Chat, we're in! We're in the Karazhan Crypts!
They made original content that's nowhere else in all of World of Warcraft.
Pretty much every version of Classic that we have at the moment always had scores of people saying that none of it would ever happen. But people keep asking for things, and things keep happening.
I think the community just needs to reflect on what we're doing as a team and try to think about why we're doing it. Why do we have an experimental seasonal server? Without saying anything.
I love the idea of horizontal progression through vanilla.
This is our sort of test bed.
And having a raid based around the Scarlet Crusade is like a dream scenario for me.
For Classic to thrive, it must be reborn.
This is the fertile ground to grow ideas for the future.
For Classic Plus to live, WoW as we know it must die.
Oh shit!
Very catchy title. I don't really see the whole connection to it from title to the video. What exactly in WoW Must Die? No. It's like, I don't know. I thought he was gonna say like something like retail has to die, which is like, I would agree. Like, yeah, if retail dies, all the WoW endies have nothing better to do. But either way, fantastic. I'm gonna go for the positives of the video. One, clearly he loves classic. That's fine. Second, phenomenal editing. Phenomenal, like everything. Script is phenomenal. Editing is phenomenal. Like the sources, like combining. Oh my god, bro! I wish I could do like even a tenth of good as a job as he does, or have like the capability of imagining a video like that. Now, that's pretty much all the positives I've got. Yeah, man. I mean, I agree with the comments that he shared at the beginning. Let's say my ad blocker is like lagging the shit out of YouTube.
For us, it was a never classic. And in 20
even more now.
Not by everyone. Imagine having faith in Blizzard.
I agree with all of these comments. I agree.
Classic players. Sounds
I agree.
lame. Very constructive, dude. Thanks a lot. For some, it was
Yep. Cope, Shirley, Mega Cope, Copium, Hopium, Copium. This guy cannot be for real. Bamal.
impossible to
Copium, 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 Holy Copium, Maxim Copium, Reach, Warning.
believe.
So much copium. Blizzard cannot make good games anymore. Just stop coping. One Chromie reset the timeline. Cope. Classic plus hype. There we go. We got one. We got a good one. Yeah, I pretty much agree with these guys. Pretty much I agree with these guys. Honestly, dude, I'm on the same boat. Like, I want a good MMORPG. I doubt WoW can be that good MMORPG again. I think classic WoW is just a nostalgia-filled cesspool. Oh, like that's all it is. Just a cesspool of nostalgia. There can never be anything more about it. It's just not a good game. It's good for 2003. It sucks for 2025. There's like literally nothing more I can say about it. We can all hope that Ashes of Creation and maybe the Riot MMO can save this genre. But I honestly don't even know how you can make a good MMORPG anymore just because of like people's lives. First of all, it's not appealing to young audiences. It will not appeal to young audiences for the most part until we do something about instant gratification mentality that is prevalent in the younger kids. Fuck, it's prevalent in my audience, like in my age of audience too. Right? And like honestly, I think it's just I can't even say this is from the Western world. I think this is literally like a US and even Canada type thing. Has anyone ever noticed that Europeans are really fucking good at playing one game for forever? And Americans and Canadians like jump games like crazy. They cannot stay on the same game. Now you have the exceptions for sure, but for the most part, Americans and Canadians, like, they just jump games. Like, they play a month here, a month there, half a year here, then they play that for like whatever, and then it's like, talk to anyone who's played at the same game for 10 plus years, ask them where they're from. I would give like 95%, they're probably European or Mexican. Right? There's like something about them, maybe, I mean, we can say poverty or whatever, like, I don't want to go down that route, but like, how is it that like, and I can't even go down that route because like you have the streamers, like Harmstem, right? StarCraft 2. He's been playing StarCraft 2 since StarCraft, right? Well, he actually started in Warcraft 3, I believe, right? But like he played the same genre, the same fucking game for decades now, decades, bro. And he's still playing it and still loves making content about it. Like that is a rarity, and I'm actually like kind of jealous of people like that who can actually like enjoy a game for so long. I don't have it in me. I'm a game bouncer, okay? Like I bounce from my relationship. I can't be in a relationship for too long. Okay, like I don't know, man. I wish, but like I can't. Games get boring after a certain amount of time for me. I have to try something new, and I think this is something that I see a lot of Europeans don't have a problem with, and Mexicans too. I don't know what it is. So fuck. Where was I going with this? Anyways, yeah, classic. Fuck. I mean, I wish you guys best of luck. But I can't wait for the game to die. If I'm super honest, I can't wait for just classic WoW to die. Not because I wish like the people who play it like end the suffering or whatever. It's just it's not a good game. Like I want to die in the sense that it's like there will be something that kills it. I don't want to die on its own. Like that's not fun. I want a game to come out that actually like destroys classic WoW. I want a game to come out to make people realize how bad classic WoW is and like what they've been playing for so long, even though they enjoyed it and whatever, is actually fucking dog shit. It's like, oh my god, how did I play this game? Like, you know when you play Diablo 2 and then you go like and try to play Diablo 1 and you're like, yeah, Diablo 1 is a good game, but like, man, I can't play it anymore because Diablo 2 exists. Right? It's like a better version, a more advanced version of the same thing that you love came out, and it made you realize how bad the thing that you used to play is. Right? It's like people who only played World of Warcraft and then experienced raiding in Final Fantasy 14, and then it's like, oh my god, there is a better way. There are better raids. It can be so much more fun to raid than what it is now. And that's when like everyone started crying about like keep the food buff, respawn at the boss, yada yada yada. All these like quality of life changes that raids need. Why do we need to run back to the fucking boss? Just let me fight the boss, right? I know Asmongold was a big advocate for it. I think they still don't do it. But why the fuck not? It's like, oh man, it's the experience of running back. No, it's fucking wasting my time. But also, the whole concept of like wasting my time in an MMO versus like the experience, I feel like that also speaks to the nature of how people change, and that's why I don't know if an MMO RPG can actually exist these days, because people like are so much more conscious. People who play MMOs at least are so much more conscious about how much time is being wasted on doing stuff that like are useless to you. And the newer crowds, like the younger crowds, like they're like instant gratification. I want it now, I want it now, I want it now. I don't want a 0.01% drop chance and have to run the same fucking thing for 10,000 times. I want it now, right? I'm not saying everyone, but that is kind of prevalent in younger generations now, and in my generation to an extent as well. But like, so I don't even know if you can have an MMORPG anymore, just because of like the mentality shift in people. As in, like, people need to forget MMOs for like 20 years and then get them reintroduced. And then people will appreciate them more. It's like, you know how like you never know how good you had it till it's gone kind of thing. But yeah, man, I don't know. I don't think Classic Plus has a real future. It would have hype, but it would die as like Season of Discovery did. I don't really think people who play Classic actually want a Classic Plus. They say they do, you know. But it feels like whenever they get it, they are very quickly complaining about it. And I don't think you can put in the system that RuneScape is using, just because you have such a diverse crowd. Now, in order to do that, maybe to make it less malicious, you would maybe have to implement a certain requirement from the player character to vote. So the voting would be in-game, not on the forum or whatever. And in order to access the NPC that lets you vote, you would have needed to be, let's say, max level and a proof of kill for, like, you know, Ragnaros or like Blackwing, okay? Nefarian or whatever his name was. Like, maybe something like that. Because it's like, otherwise, you would just have, like, people like me, who are assholes, log into Classic and purposefully, or like go to the forum, purposefully vote on the opposite thing that Classic players want. Maybe. But yeah, I don't think there's a future for Classic. I don't think the player base wants it. But anyways, yeah, that's it for the video. Again, honestly, awesome video by Taku. Looks like he had a great reception. I'm gonna have the exact opposite, not these numbers, but the exact opposite percentage. I would have, like, you know, 3.5k dislikes to 241 likes ratio, right? But yeah, that's it. See you later, alligators.